Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute since I filmed a video. I actually can't even remember my last video. I'm like, it's been that long. So today I thought I'd do something different and film my fitness journey. The good, the bad and the ugly. So pretty much a rundown on my fitness journey so far. Excuse my voice, I'm getting a little bit sick. Fingers crossed that it's just a little bit of a sore throat and that it goes away soon, because I'm actually currently on comp prep, so I can't afford to be sick. I mean, I've got to work, I've got to go to the gym. Okay, so my fitness journey. I've always been into fitness. I've always been a really active person, like physically fit. So when I was younger, I was always playing tag or running around or dancing. I used to love dancing. So I've always been really active, and then once I started primary school, I pretty much got into like long distance running, so cross country and all that kind of stuff. I always placed reasonably well, around like first, second or third, quite a few firsts. And then I would always do inter-school as well, and I used to be good at sprinting, 100-meter sprints, and yeah, so I've always been really active and fit. I started getting really bad tonsillitis when I was younger, and this started to affect my running and ability to breathe. I had it all the time, tonsillitis like all the time, tonsils that were so swollen that I could hardly swallow. I used to have really bad snoring, all this kind of stuff. So the whole running kind of got pushed out of the way. Once I pretty much, primary school was my highlight days of the running. Intermediate a little bit, I was in the sports class as well, but obviously my tonsillitis, having tonsillitis all the time, affected my ability to run, so then I pretty much gave up, and yeah, then I started high school, started partying, started smoking cigarettes, all that kind of thing. My priorities changed, I suppose. Yeah, so that was that. Then I got my tonsils removed, which was awesome. That helped me so much. I could run again and do better in PE and things like that. But I don't know, at high school I had that too cool attitude, I suppose, and I didn't really care much about my fitness and my health. Anyway, fast forward a few years, I've finished, I quit smoking. So I put on quite a bit of weight from giving up smoking. I mean, I didn't smoke, I only smoked for like 3 years, and I would say 2 of those years were just when I went out drinking and partying, and then on the odd occasion, like during the week, and then it went on to like maybe a year of smoking a lot, buying like a 50-gram pouch and stuff like that. So that wasn't good for my health. But then I finally gave that up in say 2013, I think, so ages ago now. And was like, oh, I've put on some weight. I've always been small and had a really good metabolism, and once I gave up the smoking, obviously I put on some weight. So then I was like, oh my god, I need to lose this weight. I'm not used to feeling this big. At the time I pretty much was just a little fluffy ball. So I was, yeah, not happy with the way I looked, and I knew I needed to change something because I had been eating so much since giving up smoking. So then I started the gym with one of my friends, Snap Fitness, and she'd help me and would go on the weights and kind of just muck around and then do a bit of cardio. It wasn't very like, we didn't really have a really good routine or know what we were doing, so we kind of just played around for a bit. And then I started doing a boot camp with one of the ladies at the gym, and that was really good. Kind of probably got me going, got me started. I lost a couple of kgs or whatever, and then I was like, oh, this is a bit boring. I want to do something as a group. I want to do something, like I was enjoying the boot camps, but I wanted to do it more regularly. So that's when I signed up to CrossFit, which I absolutely loved. It was amazing. Like, I started doing it and I just seen so many results, like right from the word go, pretty much. My fitness increased, I lost the weight, I all of a sudden had abs, which was like amazing. I felt so good, like I literally felt so good about myself. And so yeah, I started doing CrossFit for a good maybe 1 or 2 years, and then I was like feeling really good about the results I was seeing from the CrossFit, that I started looking into bodybuilding. I didn't really know much about it, but I just, yeah, jumped online, had a look, and I thought that would be a really good goal, and something to work towards. I wasn't afraid to get up and strut my stuff, I suppose. So then I pretty much found a trainer who does bodybuilding, and started, yeah, working, doing my CrossFit plus getting up and doing cardio, and she'd give me a nutrition plan. And yeah, I was still doing CrossFit, but then that kind of got put to the side and I started focusing more on the bodybuilding side of things. Anyway, so I was training for my first comp, which was in 2015. I was studying full-time as well, which was a real struggle, but my dedication for my first comp was just, there was no question. I was just honestly like so determined. So my nutrition was always on point. I would hardly ever have a cheat meal or eat something that's not on my plan, because I was just so determined not to, yeah, stuff up. My nutrition plan, now that I look back, very low calories, a lot of salads and things like that. Kind of, yeah, not sustainable at all. I actually got back into running, so I'd run around the block, or I'd do an hour on the treadmill and things like that, plus my weights, and then would be thrown in the odd CrossFit session. Anyway, I would have been around 60 kgs for my first comp, and yeah, I was quite tiny. I didn't have much gains. I was kind of just small. It was okay for the category I was doing. I was doing shape, and that was here in Hawke's Bay, my hometown. So that was awesome. So I had all my family and my friends. I ended up placing first against 4 girls, which was amazing. Like, it was my first ever comp. I placed first. I came first overall as well, and I was literally just over the moon. My first comp was so scary. It was just like the unknown. Didn't know what I was doing. I did have support, which was really good, but now that I look back, possibly did things maybe the wrong way, as in with my diet. I feel like I was very restricted in what I was eating, and I actually, yeah, like, I remember crying and like going to work feeling just not having any energy, not real diet brain, and I just couldn't function properly, and like I just have days where I just wanted to cry. I suppose it was because my body wasn't used to restricting, like having restricted calories, and then my body fat being quite lean. Probably the worst prep, but the best prep, because I was so determined, but the worst as in my energy levels and what I was eating and things possibly wasn't enough. I wasn't fueling my body enough for all the activity I was doing as well. But yeah, my first comp, I was on cloud 9. Like, I won, and I was, yeah, I loved it. It was really good. Kind of why I got into bodybuilding and the CrossFit and things, besides quitting smoking and putting on some weight. I was quite unhappy at the time with life. I mean, I was just started studying, which was really exciting, but I was in an unhealthy relationship, just not very happy in my relationship. It was all about me. Like, I know that sounds selfish, and people tell me I'm selfish all the time, and they say it's a selfish sport, but it was a time for me to work on myself, to put all my energy into something that I loved, and it made me feel good. So even though when I'd go home and I wasn't feeling great, and I was like, oh, what am I doing with my life, that time in the gym, that time eating, that time posing, all that kind of stuff just was an escape for me. So that was the main reason. I was quite unhappy, and yeah, so that's why I got into bodybuilding. So after my first comp, I qualified for nationals at that first comp, so I kept training and dieting, and I actually ended up getting a new nutritionist for my prep for nationals, NABA nationals, for shape. And yeah, just my eating habits changed from my first comp to my second comp. I definitely had more energy. I was fueling my body better, and I felt, yeah, I started to get some better gains. I had more of a personal trainer in the gym as well. The worst thing about my second comp was my tan. We were trying a new tanning product, and it just, yeah, didn't go on very nicely. So I ended up looking quite tragic, and That's okay though, honestly. I'm still trying to find the perfect tan, and this is like my 5th comp. Coming up my 6th comp this year, and I still can't quite nail the whole tanning, but I'll get there one day. So NABA Nationals was a wake-up call. I felt like I came in looking really good other than my tan. I feel like my tan let me down heaps. I ended up placing 4th out of, I think it was 12 girls, which was quite a lot compared to my first comp being 4 girls. I questioned my placing, and I did feel quite like I deserved at least 3rd, but I'm not a sore loser. I try not to be, so I kind of was just like, whatever, moving on. I felt like I deserved better. I tried not to let it get me down. I was back in the gym, you know, doing my thing. But yeah, definitely my 2nd time round, having a better nutrition plan really helped. Yeah, so I tried not to let my placing get me down. But after my 2nd comp, I had nothing to work towards. I all of a sudden got a taste for my old life, being able to eat whatever I wanted, and all of a sudden went from having really good abs to flabs again. So I suppose I also got a little bit of post-comp blues, just where you've gone from looking really lean and feeling amazing about yourself to all of a sudden eating everything in sight, and obviously you can put on weight really quickly if you don't watch what you do. So yeah, I ended up putting on quite a lot of the weight I had lost and started some really bad eating patterns, and my body just was like, what is going on? What are you doing to me? So that wasn't good, and it's funny enough that it's not the first time it's happened, and I do struggle with the post-comp reverse diet and all that kind of stuff. So that's my goal this year, is to nail my reverse diet. I'm not going to blow out. I'm going to keep those abs. I'm going to slowly increase my calories, and I've got a really good nutritionist now guiding me, so I feel like I'm going to definitely achieve that. So then, yeah, I had a little bit of a break from bodybuilding after my 2nd show, and then yeah, I had a bit of a life changes, and my world got tipped upside down. I was still studying, but I had to move home back and live with my mum, and yeah, so I had a really bad breakup, which ended up being the best thing ever. So then I had some time to find myself again, which was really good. Yeah, I'd put on a bit of weight after that 2nd comp. Then I met my partner, Peds, and it was really cool. We got to know each other and we started dating, and the best thing about it was we both had the gym as our passion and our interest, and we started training together, and then once we'd started dating we decided we were going to do a comp together. I think the hardest thing was I was so happy all of a sudden. I was just so happy in life, and we'd go on lots of dates and we'd eat lots of food, and it was a bit of a struggle to get back into having good nutrition for a show. So me and him both had this real happy as stage, and we both put on quite a bit of weight actually. And then so it was a bit of a mission getting back into it, and it was Ped's first comp and my 3rd. And I had changed federations. I decided to go with IFBB over NABA purely because I just think they're a better federation. They produce pro bodybuilders, and yeah, just everything about their shows and everything just appealed to me more. So me and Ped started prepping for our first show together. This one was hard because I obviously had to lose the weight that I'd put on, but it was good because Ped supported me 100%. We were doing it together. I mean, we just started dating and we were all of a sudden prepping together. Most people would run for the hills, but no, we teamed up and we did it together. We look back now and we didn't do enough cardio. I look back and see the package I bought, and I wasn't lean enough. My first 2 shows, my legs were nice, quite tight. After putting on quite a bit of weight, I'd brought my comp package back, but my legs were still holding a lot of fat. So yeah, I look back at my 3rd year of competing, and it would have been my 2nd year, but my 3rd show, and yeah, just I could have come in leaner. I just wasn't doing enough cardio. I think like we were taking our prep seriously, but we were just so happy that, I don't know, maybe we didn't do as well as what we could have. I put on quite a bit of size in my off season, so I went from being shaped to having to going for the figure and the women's physique categories, because I'd put on some decent muscle mass on that time of all my binging and eating bad. Yeah, I managed to put on a lot of muscle, so I ended up winning women's physique. By default, there was no one else to compete against. And then I entered figure as well, and I think I came third. I hope so. And that was really good. I mean, the girls in figure looked amazing. But yeah, I definitely wasn't lean enough. And then I went on to another show, which was the Waikato, IFBB Waikato Champs, and I placed fourth in women's physique. I mean, the girls looked amazing. It was a tough competition. I definitely came in leaner for that one. I felt a bit better in my legs and stuff, but my legs were still not lean enough. So I was told to start running around the block, not just on the treadmill, start actually running around the block to trim up my legs. So after I took all that on board and kept prepping for nationals, and I definitely came in leaner, but still, looking back now, I definitely could have been leaner still. I ended up placing third at nationals in women's physique, and that was amazing. I think there was 5 of us. So bad, I can't remember. I think there was 5 of us, but yeah, I was stoked with third. I mean, the girls that placed in front of me deserved it. They had a lot of size compared to me. But yeah, so that was awesome experience. Yeah, and I fell in love with IFBB as a federation, just everything about their shows, and even just like the photos are really professional. And yeah, then I thought about it, and I had been kind of dieting off and on and prepping for shows for two whole years, and I thought it was about time I had a break. I mean, me and my partner wanted to go traveling and do some cool stuff, which it's really hard to go traveling and do that kind of stuff when you're trying to focus on dieting or gymming all the time. Like, it takes up a lot of time, and I don't know, when you go on holiday, you want to kind of enjoy yourself. We decided to take a year off together and just enjoy life a bit more, which was really great. I mean, I could go to work, and if I was too tired to go to the gym, I wouldn't. Simple as that. Whereas when I'm on comp prep, it's just got to be done. Like, that's what you've got to do. So it was quite nice to have a bit of flexibility in my life. But after a year off, pretty much doing whatever I wanted with my diet, not really following any kind of routine. I decided to focus more on my career, which was really good. But I packed on the weight, like, definitely. All of a sudden, I had this muscle as well, and then putting the fat on top of my muscle made me look even bigger. Pretty much, yeah, a year of doing whatever I wanted. I was like, kind of got to a stage where I'm like, I miss looking how I did. I miss my bodybuilding, like, physique. I need to find more balance. I need to focus more on my nutrition. I decided I wanted to find a balance. I wanted to find a balance with my work, with my gym, and with my food. Then I got a nutrition plan done from a really good nutritionist here in New Zealand, and it's the best diet I've ever done. It doesn't feel like a diet, it's absolutely sustainable. So I've been doing that for ages now, and I've just felt like I've got to the stage where I could go out and enjoy myself without overdoing it. I'd go to the gym, I'd feel good, had a little bit of abs coming back, all that good stuff, but I wasn't missing out. I could still go out for dinner, and I've just found this great way where I don't go and overdo it with like ice cream or lollies and stuff. I just treat myself every once in a while, and I've just found a really good balance. And then recently I was like, well, I still want to do bodybuilding. It's just been this thing that I've started in my life that I really enjoy. I enjoy a challenge. I enjoy having a plan, something to work towards, and I knew I had another comp left in me. So I've decided, after I lost quite a bit of weight doing this new nutrition plan, and I'm feeling myself again, I was like, I'm going to do another show. and I want this show to be different to any other show I've ever done. For one, my main focus is not the show, it's actually after the show. It's that 2 weeks after where I need to reverse diet and I need to stay on point. I don't need to binge, I don't need to lose my abs, I just need to slowly increase my calories. And yeah, so that's really exciting. So I'm trying to remember, it's not just the show I'm prepping for, I want to prep for life. I want to go in the show looking the leanest I've ever looked and keep as much of my muscle as I can, but nail my reverse diet. I don't want any of this post-comp blues or anything afterwards. I'm just like, I need to go in, do my best, hopefully beat my previous packages, which I'm sure I'm gonna. And yeah, I've just got a really good routine and my food's amazing. Like, I do not feel like I'm dieting and I just feel good. So I'm really excited actually about this prep. So I'm about 20 weeks out. I don't have to worry about anything. My coach is there if I have a question. And like I said, it's the best diet I've ever done. And this time around, I'm gonna learn my lesson. I am not going to lose my shit after my comp's over. And I feel like because I found my balance and my happy medium before I started this prep, which was a first for me, that I'm gonna have to remember how I felt then, and that after the comp I can get there again. All I can say is having a coach or someone that knows more than you is really beneficial, and definitely go for it if you know what you're doing and you can do it on your own. But I love the support, and to be honest, I don't have to think as much about, I just have to prepare and set goals, and they help you get there. So I hope you enjoyed my fitness journey video. If you haven't competed before, or you have a strong opinion on bodybuilding but you've never done it, your opinion is highly irrelevant. I think anyone that hasn't competed, you have no idea like what it takes to get there, and the things we go through, and it's not just the lead up, but yeah, afterwards and things like that. Yeah, definitely I feel like having the coach I have now is going to definitely help me bring the best package I ever have and keep getting better after the show day. Yeah, leave me a comment if you have any questions, or if you have any video ideas, or if you want me to do maybe a prep series leading up to my comp. But yeah, leave me a comment. See ya.